Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you're going to replace your mop head. And for this you are going to require some self-tapping screws that do not rust, or you can use any but most importantly, make use of the 1/2-inch screws. You can use MDF screws or self-tapping, but the best are self-tapping. You are going to need a drill, but if you don't have a drill, don't worry. You can use a needle. This is a dart, or you can use a nail, a very sharp nail, or a needle. I'll show you how. And finally, you're going to need a screwdriver. And we are forgetting something. So before we do that, let's go and I show you what we are missing. Okay, so the first step is to select the right broom stick. And here I've got some old ones, as you can see, that I've been collecting for my art. And all this you can get from a hardware. It costs 50 shillings to get a broomstick like this. So I would advise just avoid buying them from the supermarket because these ones are so weak. This one will break within the first week, especially these laminated ones. They laminate them because they're hiding cracks inside. So opt for the hardware stick. So in this case, I'm going to get this one. And we're going to remove that head and replace it with a new one. Okay guys, so the first thing I would like to advise you is when you're installing a mop head or a broom head onto your stick, never use nails, okay? That is a no-no. You can see the struggle that I had removing this head, and even after I've done that, I still have some nails lodged into the wood. So for that, I am going to use my pliers just to pluck them out. So never use nails. That's why I'm recommending screws, so that even after your mop head or your broom head gets worn out and the wood is still in good condition, then you can still reuse it again, like I'm doing this. Okay, so of course the size of the mop, that's up to you. I prefer large, and again I prefer the metal holder, because this one you can use this type of broomstick, which are cheap and durable. These ones, they are made of very hard wood. So the first step, guys, is to insert your piece of wood inside the metal holder, okay, like so. And you'll notice that there are two provisions where you can install your screw through, that part and that part. You can also add a third one, and I am going to add a third one right about there. We're going to go on to the next step, which, as I had said, is inserting it into that provision. And then this is now where the drill comes in. So if you're using a drill, make sure that the drill bit is smaller in thickness than the screws that you're using. But in this case, I'm not going to drill all through. It's just a slight hole at that spot. And let me bring it closer, and at that spot, and also in the new hole that I just drilled. Okay, in the last one, I'm not going to use the drill. For the purposes of those that don't have a drill, then use a needle. Guys, this helps in preventing a crack when you are inserting your screw or driving your screw. So just use a needle, poke it in there, repeat the same with these other holes. And finally, it's the easiest part, where now we're going to use a screwdriver, okay, and our self-tapping screw. Remember to hold the mop tightly into the stick and drive your screw, making sure that you tighten it. Then we are going to repeat the same with these other hole provisions that we have. Okay, so once you've done that, you realize that your mop is firmly in place, and take note of the advice that I've given in terms of installing. And lastly, to ensure that your broom stays longer, you are going to turn it on towards the handle, right about there, and we are going to drill a hole through. So some of you will ask why I'm drilling a hole through that part, and I'll explain in a bit. But before I explain the details, through the hole, you're going to take your fishing line or a small strong rope, and we are going to tie that part. Okay, so guys, one of the most common mistakes I see people do is once you've used your mop, it's super wet, people dry it out facing up. And that's a really bad thing, because once you do that, you're helping the wood rot faster. So your stick will not last very long. So to take care of your stick and save some money, make use of the string that we've attached and hang it out to dry like so that the water from the head will dry out really nicely, and that does not come into contact with the wood, hence prolonging the life of your stick. And lastly, also hang it out to dry in the sun so that it dries out faster, because also the hairs that have been used to make your mop might rot if you're going to dry out in a dumpy area. And guys, that's how you replace your mop head and also take good care of your mop. My hope is that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends for such great advice on life and how to upcycle and how to live sustainably. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.